Hello everyone. Today I wanted to review this, The Funk, unaged heavy pot still rum from the Proof and Wood folks. You can kind of see their little emblem on the glass there. This is from Worthy Park in Jamaica. And this has been on my list to review for a while, and I'm just now getting to it. Why has it been on my list? Well, first of all, it's an unaged Worthy Park, and they're just kind of always good. It's also super duper cheap. I got this for just under $20, just over $20, sorry. Well presented, 50%. It's not 63, but 50 is still pretty good. That would be enough to warrant a look. However, there's been some recent events that have kind of pushed this further to the fore. The first is the loss of Rum Bar. Rum Bar Overproof was the previous molasses-based high-proof Worthy Park that you could run out and buy. Worthy Park has discontinued that, at least in the U.S., in favor of their new Worthy Park Overproof, which is part cane juice. It's a little bit of a different animal. I like that very much too, but if you pine for the old Rum Bar, you may be interested in this. I know that there's the Hamiltons out there anyways as well, but those tend to have a little bit of colorant and sometimes a lot of colorant. So if you don't want that, again, worth considering. This also showed up in a recent video by Arminder of Rum Revival, where he was doing a big old contest of sipping rums. And this made it to the final round. It did lose eventually to the Hampton Pagos. But yeah, this was the runner-up. This was I think I paid $23 for this. This $23 bottle almost got to the head of our favorite rum YouTubers list of sipping rums. And that seems like it may make this worth a shot. You know, the thing is, I got 5 glasses here, and it just didn't seem fun to do a review just of this, because I would probably say it's a good Worthy Park, and that would be it. So we're going to throw some other things in here for fun. We're going to revive a format I haven't done in like 3 years. My shopping bag, where I just bring out a whole bunch of different spirits that don't really fit into more focused flights, and we just taste through them. So today we're going to be reviewing 5 completely different spirits, and let's introduce them. I have a cognac from Drouet. I have got, let me just pour these when I'm talking about them. It's not a big house cognac, but it's kind of a tweener cognac. It's 40%, but it is a relatively small family producer, and it was well priced, so seemed like it was worth a grab. This is the Drouet Réserve de Jean, and I think this is a 15-year-old. I think they say that on here somewhere. I will put it in the notes. And it's a Grande Champagne. That's pretty cool. Next up, it's a Calva. This, again, it's a small family producer, but it is 40%, so it's a little bit of a tweener. Pierre Huet from the Pays d'Auge. So this is pot-distilled Calvados. And it is the Hordage, so it's a 12-year-old. In France, to be 12 is to be without age, apparently. They're a little weird like that. All right, so there's that. Third in line, I was finally able to get a hold of this. This is the Derrumbes Durango, which has a pretty good reputation relative to the rest of the Derrumbes brand. I think I'm kind of up and down on them, but this one I am very interested in. This is obviously from Durango, which is way, way northwest of Oaxaca and Jalisco and all your normal haunts. This is kind of, it's not really it's like central northwest Mexico, if you can think of it that way. So we'll get to this in a minute. I'm very excited. You have the Funk, which I just poured, and last up, if I can get this without knocking anything over, Papalin Réunion, 10-year-old. I don't think I'm going to be getting a hold of a lot of other aged Réunion rums in the near future, so I'm just going to shove this in here. This is going to be this is one of those sort of big Vellier blends they're trying to bargain price. This is a blend of 4 different rums, all coming from what they're calling the Réunion Island Distillery, which I'm guessing is Savanna. 10-year-old traditional molasses rum, 11-year-old Grande Arôme rum, that's high ester, 12-year-old traditional molasses rum, 15-year-old traditional molasses rum. So, should be a fun head-to-head with the Funk. We have ourselves a little bit of a Réunion versus Jamaica battle here. That said, this is far more expensive. So, I honestly don't know what's going to win this. I don't think these two have a whole lot of chance. I think they're going to get rolled a little bit. But France's, don't completely write off France. The mezcal could be interesting. I mean, Worthy Park is always good, but also Savanna is always good. So I don't know. I don't know what's going to happen. Let's taste through these. All right, let's start with the little Drouet Réserve de Jean. Yeah, this is all going to be. I think this is all going to be ugni blanc. 40% alcohol by volume. Pretty darn old, but not expensive. So let's see what happens on the nose. Very chocolatey, very raisiny. Yeah, I mean, it's raisinets. Like, that is the classic cognac nose, and here it is. There's also some floral stuff happening. Just some loose dried flowers. Touch of fig, touch of like potting soil, potting dirt. Slightly herbaceous as well. Maybe that's part of the potting dirt thing. Like a little bit of sage creeping through. I mean, for 40%, so 40%ers can have pretty good noses, but more so than palates. Palates tend to be where the problems really creep up. But even for, I'm honestly so surprised by how nice this nose is. There's some rich kind of, almost a baking molasses note. I mean, it smells super nice. Not super duper complex. Maybe some stewed black tea in there too. A little more flowers, like lavender, maybe a little violet on the palate. Honestly, this asserts itself really, really well. It maybe gets a hair bit too bitter on the back end, and I think that's just the dilution creeping through. Sometimes when you dilute a really old spirit, like it's the bitters that are kind of the last to go. I feel like maybe that's creeping in here, but it's not. It's nice. I mean, it's not, as we would say, as Chernobyl would put it, not bad, not great, but closer to great than bad. Caramel, raisinets again, flowers. That kind of herbaceous potting soil thing again. Like a lot of the stuff that's on the nose is just here happening again on the palate. Finishes it's okay. Like, it's very woody. You're getting a lot of overstewed tea, tannins, a little bit of like damp cellar happening. But the flowers are kind of holding in there. There's a little bit of like an orange peel thing that doesn't hold on super duper long, but it shows up in the mid palate, and it doesn't disappear. This is delightful. I'm honestly surprised. Wait, did I bring my eyedropper? I did not bring my eyedropper. Hold on a second. We're going to pause this. Oh, and we're back. I've got myself my eyedropper. All right. I'm not going to add a whole lot of water to this. I just want to see what happens. I mean, no one in their right mind is going to be drinking this with water, but that's not the point. We just want to see how does it react under pressure. So that's 2 drops in there. Yeah, unless this completely falls apart, I think this is not bad. It's not for the hardcore fire snorting cognac fans out there, but if you just want something nice for more of a lightweight drink in the family, so far this is looking pretty good. And again, not expensive, and it has a nice box. Okay, moving on to the Huet. We're off to a good start. I was not expecting a strong showing there. All right, this is the Pierre Huet Calvados Pays. 12 years old, 40%, and that's all they're telling me. All right, so on the nose. Apple pie. Yep. Apple pie with some apple juice. Kind of nice apple juice. Really nice apple juice drizzled on top. But I'm really getting like baked crust, cinnamon, different kinds of baked apples. Brown sugar. Ooh. Wait. This is a note I sometimes get on apple brandy, and I'm always afraid to mention it when it comes up, but there's a little bit of a pee-pee note. I don't know what chemicals are doing that, but it does crop up every once in a while on apple brandy. Just a little bit of pee-pee, and I don't mind. It's not bad. So, with mostly apple pie, with maybe there's some kids running around in the dining room, and one of them had a little accident. It's that kind of thing. Black pepper. Some kind of tea, but it's not just straight black tea. We're dealing with maybe like a very, very light black tea. Something like that, sure. Let's go with that. Slight herbaceous character on this as well. Maybe a little bit of basil, dried basil. I mean, it's a vivid, bright nose. There's also a little bit of lemon peel in this. I gotta say, it was. I might have enjoyed the Drouet a little bit more, but this is nice on the palate. I was not expecting the cognac to kind of win between these two, but I gotta be honest, the cognac is kind of pulling ahead here. The problem here is you have a nice flash of apple pie goodness up front, cinnamon, apple, that lemon peel thing, even a little bit of like a key lime thing with a little bit of florals, but it's not florals, it's just key lime. And that's nice. But then it's just kind of goes poof, and all you're left with is like black tea and black pepper. Yeah. And And again, that's just like the nature of something that's been diluted this far. It's often the bitters and the kind of the tannins, that kind of stuff that kind of goes last, so it holds on longer in the finish. Let me try this one more time. Every time I taste this, I'm enjoying the flavors up front as they hit, and then they just kind of fall off a cliff. Not bad by any means. This is fine. You give me a glass of this at that, whatever dinner it is with the apple pie, and I'm going to be delighted by this. You could do a lot worse than this for this price point, which I think I maybe paid maybe $60 for this, which is a really decent price for like a 12-year-old cava. But yeah, it's. Let's see what it does with water. I don't think it'll get better, but you never know. Moving on to the mezcal. Again, this is Derrumbes Durango, 45.1%, lot 23, distilled in February 24. A whole bunch of bottles of this, so you shouldn't have a whole lot of trouble finding it. Now, the agave they're calling it durangensis, which is just cenizo. It's the big distinctive agave that they have up there. And the distiller, surely they wrote the distiller's name on this thing, right? Seriously? Yeah, okay. Antonio Panuco. And the town, Nombre de Dios. So this is actually, I got this at Binny's. Nice. I don't remember where I buy these things. All right. Not super duper expensive, but I think it might actually be between this and the Papalin as to the most expensive thing here. Ooh. Yeah, okay. This smells nice. So, Derrumbes they got bought a couple of years ago, but I can see why they would be interested in this style, because a lot of their stuff, aside from the San Luis Potosi, which is just bonkers and very, very well priced, tends to be on the safer side. There's a little bit more smoke, a little bit more desserty elements. It doesn't get too weird. This is straight down the middle of, like nice smoky notes, campfire notes, hardwood, like oak smoking. Are they using? Yeah. Okay, they're roasting this with oak, and it smells like it. It smells like, a campfire with oak chips. But on top of that, you're getting a lot of herbaceousness, but in desserty formats. So think like sage basil mint ice cream, but like dried mint, like grungy mint. You're gonna throw some spinach in there, maybe. Like not like greens, like really herbs, but also like just carrot greens, spinach, but in ice cream, like in dessert. Like it smells sweet. There's a little bit of vanilla coming through. Ooh. Some flowers, almost like a potpourri thing as well. I'm detecting a little bit of like fresh mozzarella, which is interesting. This is a fun nose. White pepper. Certainly some citrus. There's like a little bit of lime peel. Not key lime this time. It's just straight up, good old, Persian lime. Lemon peel as well. I cannot get over, it's totally like carrot green ice cream is what that is. So yeah, it's in some ways it's very safe. It's got that kind of smoky, sweet profile to it that, you know, the Del Maguey Vita folks are not going to run away from. But at the same time, there's some weirdness going on. I like this. I could get other people to like this, which is maybe even better on the palate. This might run away with a flight. This is very, very good. Yeah. So, oak chip campfire. Lots of the same notes. Oak chip campfire, but not in front and center. It's more like a little bit of a color note on the edges. Kind of just, you know, maybe just infusing the whole experience a little bit. Oak chip campfire, sage and greens ice cream with vanilla, white pepper, touch of potpourri, touch of, what is that? Not mozzarella this time. It's almost like pecorino romano. It's like a hard cheese. Yeah, let's go with that. And there's the citrus thing. There's a little bit of lime peel, lemon peel. There's a little bit of a sour, kind of mouth-quenching quality to this, which makes me... So it's got a sweet and sour thing, which makes me want to drink more of this. This would absolutely be a great summer crusher. Like, just chill this thing down, bring it out on the porch, and enjoy the sun. I mean, it's one of those. There's also a little bit of minerality, a little bit of soapstone. This is very, very good stuff. I'm going to give this a squirt of water. We shall come back to it. This might be the best of the Derrumbes that I've had. I have to check my scores again. I don't totally remember, but this is awesome. Super duper nice. All right, let's move on to here we go. The reason why we're doing this video, the funk. Again, Proof and Wood is the importing party, I guess. And it's Worthy Park, and you can smell that immediately. That's interesting, Worthy Park, huh? So I'm getting that kind of like Turkish delight meets tomato, dried tomato character, which for me is just a hallmark of Worthy Park. Yeah, a little rose water, tomato. Oh, it's good. But there's other aspects of this that honestly remind me more of like a Ray and Nephew. There's some like rock candy aspects to this. There's some like sauteed yams happening. Something it wants me. I want to say vanilla, but it's not vanilla. No. What is that? Maybe it's just caramelized sugar. Maybe it's just like caramelized brown sugar. Maybe that's what I'm smelling. Fresh cane juice, honestly. Fennel. Touch of, well, actually more than a touch, quite a bit of black olive. Kind of brininess to this. I mean, super good nose. A little bit of like a beauty salon kind of character. Nail polish remover. Maybe a little bit of like expensive conditioner. I don't know what to think of it. There's aspects of this nose that make me think of something a little bit higher ester. Not super duper high ester. But there's a little bit of a berry kind of floral character creeping out of this. Yeah, flowers and some mixed berries. But the overall impression is I mean, more Ray and Nephew-ish. It's you know, a rock candy, that kind of thing. Like, almost column still notes, but of course this is all pot still. Interesting. So one thing I will say is don't go into this expecting a big ester bomb. That's not what this is. It's just a good pot still Jamaican rum. I mean, it does what it says on the tin. And the fact that it's not my favorite of those noses by a lot, but the fact that you can get this for just over $20 is outrageous and more proof that like the class to beat for value right now is probably unaged rums. On the palate, my confusion continues on the palate. So yeah, there's notes here that Turkish, the rosewater Turkish delight thing. There's a little blip of tomato, more like fresh cherry tomato, like salad tomato, than dried tomato. A little bit of a flash of that on the palate. There's olive juice, fennel, but yeah, a lot of this just is very Ray and Nephew-ish. It's so yeah, yams and rock candy. Presents very sweet. There's a little bit of citrus in there. Orange peel, in particular. Some minerality, some rock dust. Huh. Honestly, if you hand this to me neat, I don't know if I would be able to nail Worthy Park. I would say I would get Jamaica. I would absolutely get Jamaica. But yeah, I don't know if Worthy Park would be the first place I would go. Huh. Yeah, but it's good though. And the finish just is, I mean, the mouth presence is terrific. Good mouthfeel. Pretty good length. It's not tickling my tonsils too much, but it's doing it. And the finish is it's not just the bitterness that's kind of holding on like with these two. No, it's everything. That said, I don't think it's beating the Durango. I don't think it's beating the Mezcal. Well, we shall see. All right, we'll give this 2 squirts and move on to the last item on our list. Papalin. All right, so Papalin is Vellier's sort of, I don't know what you call it, value blend series, except this is all, I'm pretty sure this is all Savanna, because they're saying it's all from one distillery, Réunion Island Distillery. And so far as I'm aware, correct me if I'm wrong, I think Savanna's the only one that makes a Grande Arôme rum, and there is some Grande Arôme rum in this. So yeah, let us give this a shot. 50% alcohol by volume, vatted rum. Here we go. Initially, kind of reserved on the nose. Oh, no, here we go. Oh, you can smell the Grande Arôme kind of fighting to get out of this thing. Yeah, strawberry bubblegum and like cotton candy and just regular bubblegum, like double bubble, fighting to get out of this thing. Berries, blueberries, Maybe some fresh raspberry, cherry. But, like, it's not like the Grande Aroma is the only thing having its say here. A lot of this reminds me of, like, a really, really good Cuban-style rum. I'm imagining this is all column still. Oh, yeah. So you're getting, like, banana peel, RC Cola, just woody notes, vanilla, kind of chopped up, forest trees, licorice, black, salted licorice. Little hints of, what's that? Toffee, maybe? Black chocolate. This is fun. What this is, from the description, is basically column still rum that with a Grande Arome kind of dunked into it, and that's what it smells like. And it really works nicely. I'm constantly kind of trying to chase flavors down. It's very interesting in the nose. Orange peel, candied orange peel. There's some dustiness to this, minerality. Oh, this is fun. Part of the fun is just I don't think I've nosed anything quite like this before. I could probably make this blend just from stuff I have, in the back room over there. But to have it like in a glass in front of me, this is lots of fun. I like this. Flowers, mixed flowers on the palate. Very, very, very good. If you go to this, having experienced a whole bunch of super duper $100+, $200+ expensive, Grande Arome rums from Savanna, and you're expecting like a budget version of that, I think you might be a hair bit taken aback by this, if not disappointed, because it isn't really doing that. You pay attention to the form of this. It really acts a lot like a really good, I was going to say column still, like Cuban style rum, but almost a blended rum leaning more in a column-y direction, if that makes sense. So think like Foursquare, but not like the exceptional cast stuff. Think like the Dorley's Foursquare. Think like a really good version of that, but the pot still component is completely bonkers and is actually the Savanna Lantan. It's very good though. Oh man. Similar energy to on the nose though. You have a foundation of delicious banana peel, less RC Cola, more straight up Coca-Cola, column still stuff, chopped up wood, vanilla, touch of olive, more than a touch of olive actually, black licorice. That's your foundation here, and then playing on top of that, and kind of intermixing with that is an insane, dance of strawberry bubblegum, regular bubblegum, flowers, almost potpourri again. Don't be scared. Potpourri is still wonderful. Delicious potpourri. Mixed berries, leaning towards blueberries and raspberries. terrific finish. Yeah, I don't know how much of a divide there is between the funk maniacs, the high ester crazy people, and the people who just want, like, 30, 40-year-old Cuban rums and TDL stuff from the early aughts. Like, if there is really a divide between those people, and I think they're kind of the same people, this would be a rum where they can, like, shake hands and agree, because it's kind of doing things from both parties, and it's doing them very, very well. Oh, this is fun. Is it better than the mezcal, though? I don't know. We shall find out. 2 squirts of water. This is a good flight. I mean, when the weakest thing in a My Shopping Bag flight is the 12-year-old Calvados. There's just a little bit too bitter on the finish. That just, the other flavors just don't last long enough. That is a good darn flight. Okay, let us go back through these. Taste it one more time. Back to the Drouet. Ooh. We have passed through, like, dried fruit. I mean, there's still dried fruit in this. There's still raisins, there's still prunes, but now we're getting just, proper ripe grapes and plums. Nice. But there's still that halo of flowers. This is, I mean, at a decent strength, 43%, 45%. This would be killer. It really would. It's still nice now. Yeah, that molasses note is kicking. It's like fresh plums and grapes covered in molasses and a little bit of flowers. That's what this smells like. Super duper fruity. Little peach too on the palate. Let me tell you something. If you have a lightweight you are friends with, or in the family that you have to gift something to, just someone, maybe you've thrown some barrel strength, scotch or something at them. They've just been like, they've appreciated it, but it's just been a little bit too much for them. Give them this, because it's 40%. It's very, very drinkable. But it's got a ton of character to it. And more than that, I mean, if this was better, a little bit better presented, like this would be really contending with some of the better offerings in this flight. It really would be. I think this is actually a little bit better with water, which normally that just does not happen when you're dealing with a 40% spirit. But this time, again, you've gotten a little bit more freshness on the palate. It's a little bit more grapey than raisiny. That kind of orange peel thing is kind of creeping in there a little bit. Lemon peel as well. It's floral. I mean, hard to do a 40% spirit. I mean, better than this. Honestly, like this is like a little bit of a delight. It's a little delight in a bottle. I'm very happy with this. I'm glad I have a bottle of it. What am I going to score this? Oh, I'm going to go 85 points. I will go 85 points on this little Drouet. And you know what? If you are watching this and you are from the Drouet family, or you work for the Drouet, these folks, please, I am begging you, put out a more seriously presented version of this. You don't need to do anything to it. Just bottle at a higher strength. That's enough. That's fine. Like, do it. 45% would be great. Brut de Fou would be great, but the intrinsic quality of the spirit you are bottling here is very good, and an easy way to get the nerves on your side is just step up and present it seriously. 85 points. All right, let's see what happens to the Calva, though. This was kind of DFL going to the second round, but let's see if it perked up. Yeah, apple pie and pee-pee. No, there's some a little bit of grungy apple stuff creeping into it. No, it's almost more as much apple core, like bitter stuff, as it is like pie. And I cannot get over that pee-pee note. I'm sorry, it's just there. It's there. Don't be afraid though, because it's kind of nice. A little bit of minerality creeping in now. A little bit of wet stone. Apple cheese. It's Lithuanian. I talked about it before. On the palate. Oh, that's delightful. Okay, so this actually... I was saying the Drouet stepped up a little bit with water. This steps up more, actually. It's got... So my complaint was that most of the elements kind of fade away after the arrival, leaving only with bitterness. Now that I've added like 2 drops of water to this, like those elements are sticking around a little bit longer. There's a hair bit more kick to the tannins on the back end, but it's more than made up for by everything else just kind of like, reinforcing itself a little bit. Solid. Not great. Not even that good, but very solid. Good enough. I think the Drouet is better, but this is okay. I'm going to give this 83 plus. 83 plus for the Pierre Huet Calvados Pays. Let's move on. Before I run out of water. All right, this is one of the contenders to win this. The Derrumbes Durango. Absolutely no change to the nose. It didn't need any change to the nose, honestly. Yeah. Maybe a hair bit more like oat chips campfire happening. But it's still like so wonderfully balanced off by the florals and the greens ice cream. Yeah, it smells yummy. I mean, it's a very hedonistic mezcal without being dumb. This is smart but delicious. Which is one of my favorite categories, honestly, on the palate. It's not just that it's like has that sweet and sour thing. It just makes me want to have more and more of this. There's a silkiness to this. It is smooth in the best possible way. Not smooth in it is lacking in character. There is a ton of character to this, but it feels like my mouth is being massaged when I am drinking this. There's a combination of it has a peppery thing, it has a minerally rocky thing, but it feels pleasant to drink this. Development from from before, it's presenting a little bit more sweet now, but not a whole lot. It's very consistent with where it was before. Oh, cool. The still is actually a hybrid wood copper still, which is very cool. I will put the information down below. This is real good. It's crushable, but it's got complexity, it's got length, it's got balance, it's got everything you want in like a really good premium spirit, and it's not even super duper expensive. This is a hard one to beat. This is excellent. I'm going to give this... I want to say 88, but I think I'm underrating it. I feel like with spirits like this, where the mouth presence is so much about silkiness more so than like raw power, I tend to underrate them. So I'm going to take this up a point. I'm going to give this 89 points. 89 points for the Derrumbes Durango. Available at a Benny's near you. Go get it. I mean, this is... I know they were just bought out. I know they're not cool anymore. I don't care. This is delicious. It's from a region where you don't get to taste a whole lot of mezcal yet. It's got the chops, and it's yummy. You could pour this for a normie, and they would like it. 89 points. Yeah. Okay. Moving on to the funk. I don't think the funk is going to top this. Yeah. That being said, it doesn't have to. This is, I don't even know, 70 odd bucks. This is just over 20. Changes from neat. Not really. It still smells like a mix of traditional Worthy Park and... Yeah, I mean, let's put it that way. Imagine making a vatting of Ray Nephew and Rum Bar. That is kind of the character of this. Maybe there's a little bit more tomato creeping out now. Yeah, fun. On the palate. Same thing on the palate. I mean, it's just... It's not the most Worthy Park I've had. But it's a damn good Jamaican rum. I like this a lot. gun to my head, would I buy this over, the current Worthy Park Overproof, or even like Rum Fire Ray and Nephew? I don't know if I would, but in the broad scheme of things, this is a tremendous value. I mean, think of what else you can get for $23. Like this absolutely picks up Wild Turkey 101 and gives it a pile driver in terms of the quality of what you're getting. I will call it an 86. 86 points out of 100 for the funk. And if you are, if you are an old fan of rum bar, you can't get any anymore, and you just want something that's going to scratch that itch, this is a good pick. If you were looking for something that is going to do a lot of the same stuff as the overproofs, but maybe not be quite as aggressive on the first pour, and you're not one of those people that wants to fiddle around like I do with pipettes, absolutely worth your time. I mean, there's a reason why Armander had this second in his little sippability tasting. This is very sippable, even at strength. 86 points. And lastly, the Papalin Réunion again. I'm impressed by this bottle. I am. This is very good. But I might be even more impressed by it feels like they're making a new category here, which is blends of traditional molasses-based, column-distilled rums and, Grande Réunion, or Grande Arôme rums, which I haven't tasted that before. And and after this, I want to taste more of it. I don't think so. Oak is adding something to this. There's a lot of oak on this, and it's wonderful. I think a younger version of this, a Réunion blended rum, if you like, that does this basically the same thing, just a younger age. I think that would be just as successful. I don't know if I would score it quite as high, but this is, there's some cinnamon coming out now, some cinnamon and almost like the candy canes, the chocolate, not the chocolate, the minty things. Cinnamon and candy canes is coming out now, but it smells in the same region as it did before. It's like this melding of Cuba and Longtan Grande Arôme insanity. And I like it. I do like this on the palate. Same kind of story. We get more cinnamon, more cardamom, candy cane. And other than that, it's a lot of the same dynamic. It's banana and Pepsi versus strawberry bubblegum and, berries and flowers. That's the character of this. The tricky thing about scoring this, I've never had anything that quite behaves like this. We're in the high 80s. I don't know if this beats the Derrumbes or not. Let me try the Derrumbes again. As good as the Derrumbes is, I think this might actually be a hair bit better. Can I 90 this? I'm a little hesitant. I'll give this a 90 question mark because it's hard to judge this because I don't think I've had anything like this before. It's just a new experience for me. So in some ways, honestly, the closest point of comparison is Foursquare. Imagine like a cask strength Dorleys or something. More so than like the exceptional cask selections. It's that melding of a really crazy, powerful spirit with something that's column distilled but very, very woody. I mean that's what this is doing. This acts like that, except it's not Foursquare, it's Savanna, and it's the madness of the Grand Aromes there. I don't even know if I'm being coherent anymore, but yeah, this is a 90. Absolutely worth seeking out if you see it. And that is your video. So what do we got? In last place, but still kind of okay, is this little Huet Hors Calvados. This just needs better presentation. It needs. I'm gonna ruffle some feathers in Normandy for sure, but I feel like Calva, the minimum bottling strength, like Mar from Alsace, it should be 45%. Like, I'm just gonna put that there. Calva should be bottled at a minimum of 45% because it would just benefit the whole category. I'm going to leave that out there. Next up, much better than I expected, the Drouan Réserve de Jean Grande Champagne Cognac. This is so yummy. For the stats, it exceeded my expectation kind of in every way. 85 points. Could be better. Better presentation would immediately bring it up, but even as it is, I cannot complain. The Funk, 86 points. Just a really good Worthy Park. That is also a little bit atypical of Worthy Park. And something halfway in between the big old overproof bombs you can buy and something more conventional. Interesting bottling. Then, the Derrumbes Durango, probably the most delicious thing here, I'm not going to lie. This is so crushable, but it brings a level of complexity that I appreciate. And the winner, your winner, Papalin Réunion. So France wins. Actually, wait a second. I have 3 bottlings from France here, don't I? I did not realize that going into this. All right, and that's your lineup. 90 points. There's your winner. Thanks for watching, and cheers.